So give people a minute to get in here. This is the follow-up to the public service announcement from Chief Warhorse. And then this is the open Q&A, chiefing with the people. I need to get my blunt while I'm chiefing. Yeah, so I could have just smoked my vape. Yeah, Big Mama been having me on the bench watching the second and third string put their numbers up. So yeah. Where I want to start at. Well, I'm gonna go straight into taking the calls. Why not the God? This my dude right here, Chief. Why not Airbender?
Yo, peace and healing, man. Boy,
Big guy, what's going on with
man,
you?
I'm all is well, man. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm A1. You sound a little muffled though.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me switch. Let me switch real quick.
Hey, you know what I mean? You get the vibe, man. We can't hog up the live from the other people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Nah, I got you. I got you,
Cause
man.
you know what I mean? You get the vibe and it be a whole vibe all night long. He be on this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I missed your energy, man. I was just stopping by to say what's up, man. I missed your energy, God. And I know that's a Q&A. I always got questions, but they're a little bit off topic, man. I just want to say, man, keep doing your
Ain't no
thing.
topic right now. This is just general Q&A. Chiefing with the chief.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna start with this, bro. So I made a little post earlier about the Who cloned Tyrone, and that kind of ruffled a lot of people's feathers because, like, I just feel like know, a lot of things we wasting our time with, and we becoming distracted. So that's how I ain't even watch it, but everybody's saying, it ain't saying shit that we already didn't know. So do you feel like that? The question is, do you feel like trying to decode conspiracy theories is like how we should be not conspiracy theories, but movie conspiracy theories is how we should be teaching? What's the most effective way? Because I like to get to the scholarship, but it's like it's a very selective few in a spiritual community that's dealing with real knowledge. Everybody like the pseudoscience. So how you feel about that though, bro?
I think it's different ways you can teach people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people can use the movie to easily drive a point home that it would take them all day to describe something. When you start talking about uh, that clone of Kanye, the clone of shit, what's his name? The comedian that went to Africa.
Jamie Foxx.
His clone too, but ain't the other one. Uh, Dave Chappelle.
Okay, yeah, Dave Chappelle, yeah.
Now look, motherfuckers told me when I first seen that day, I said, that ain't no Dave Chappelle. That's a lookalike.
Mm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of time they call people clones. They not clones. Most of the time they not clones. Most of the time they lookalikes.
Mm.
Everybody
Because we all gotta
got,
look alike. Right.
yeah, we got multiple lookalikes because it's the coding in the DNA. Right? Like there might be somebody look exactly like you that live in China with straight hair. Might be
Mm-hmm.
the same skin color, the same face structure, beard, mustache, except his hair gonna be what they call hollow hair,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when you seeing a lot of the like the dude that's playing Dave Chappelle won a Dave Chappelle comedy lookalike contest in Vegas.
Mm.
And
Okay.
Dave Chappelle dipped because they owned the image and likeness of Dave Chappelle. What's how the contract say? In perpetuity throughout the boundless universe for all time or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That means that under no, he couldn't even use his own name if they didn't consent to it
Mm.
to get a driver's license.
Right.
He didn't know when he was signing that contract that he was signing his entire rights away like that.
Mm.
So when you discover the fraud, if you ever want to redeem what's rightfully yours by discovery of a fraudulent contract, soon as the fraud is discovered, you abandon the contract.
Mm.
Because now you can always use abandonment defense as the reason you left. And that makes you no longer party to the fraud, which makes you become an injured party for the purposes of the recovery of what you was defrauded out of in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So the real Dave Chappelle, when he come back, he get his original shit, all his original shit, rights to his shit with interest. The Dave Chappelle that's playing him now will, according to how the real Dave Chappelle feel about it, gonna either owe him for using his likeness and image in perpetuity throughout the boundless universe forever and ever, amen, or Dave Chappelle gonna appreciate that he kept his name hot, generating more wealth, and then he's gonna forgive him.
Okay.
Them gonna be his options. So you either punish him or forgive him. The real Dave Chappelle is a loving, forgiving guy. So he'll probably forgive this dude, just speculating me.
Right.
But he would probably forgive him and show gratitude, which means give him a chunk of money for keeping his name hot, generating a positive cash flow while he abandoned the contract.
Right. So ain't really what everybody think it is. They really not clones, but they look alikes. Now that makes much more sense, and you know, and it's bringing actual, you know, shit that we can actually prove, because everybody seen someone that looks like them, you know, but we can't prove that these motherfuckers clones out here. That's a conspiracy theory that can't be proven. But I'm not saying like clones don't exist. That would be another question. I pretty much know your answer to that question. Do clones exist? Of course, but not how we think they do.
Technology for cloning is ancient. The technology for cloning, which all it is making a twin.
Mm-hmm.
That technology go all the way back to ancient America, Teotihuacan,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's where it was a breeding program to learn how the genetics work. Just
Okay.
before the Anunnaki came to Earth, in mass. So we was Atlanteans.
Mm-hmm.
We created these avatars to experience physical life. We used the resource of the vibrational love energy of those who organically sprang from the earth. We call them the earths, the women. The women emerged out of the earth as a spirit body. It's like a raindrop coming from a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And because these avatars was being created, it gave the perfect expression for the energy field. The energy field gave a certain structure to the anatomical creature we was creating called man. That was all being done down there. Before that, we was whole like beings, and we use magnetic influence to draw the dust particles to form a physical body. But we didn't have any, like, we couldn't bleed,
Right.
right? This is the bodies we have now as avatars is what you call advanced biological, mechanical, self-repairing organism. It's made out of something called phalanx crystalline technology. That means crystalline is talking about the buildup of a DNA helix. It's made up of amino acids.
Right.
The amino acids is crystals, right? The battery is the mitochondria.
Right.
That's what runs the microprocessor called the DNA helix. We have billions and billions of DNA helixes in every cell, and they all got different programs to perform different functions in the body. Right? So we had to know all this to create this. When the secondary creators, the invaders came, they tried to conceal the fact that they was trying to replicate our organic technology called the human body. So when they tried to conceal it, that's what caused what we call the great debauchery, the genetic spill that brought in what we call artificial NPCs, non-player characters, into the system in order to set up certain mechanisms of confusion. And that's why we was broke up in the land masses after Pangea. Right? All these is different cycles.
Right.
So the gods, the women, use mandalas or mandalas to draw certain energy of creation in. So they can create by agency of man, meaning send a science in the laboratory, give them an idea, and let them figure out how to create it. Right? That's the right brain giving the problem to the left brain instead of just causing the nature to produce it on its own.
Right.
Okay, so the creator God, the real creator gods is those gods of the feminine nature. The secondary creator gods is the masculine. Because the feminine produced the masculine as a mirror of the fiery feminine energy, or what we call Sekhmet or Kali Ma energy. Right? So she wanted to reflect the feminine soft Oshun energy in a man. They give them wisdom. When they want to bring forth that warrior energy, they give him Sekhmet energy. He's born to fight wars now. And if you want to raise a champion, you give him both. You make the warrior fight his life and live out his war story until it turns into a love story.
23 chromosomes.
Yeah.
46. Hey, so it's deep. So like, and that's in correlation with what I've been laying down. Like, cause, and this probably gonna be the last point, cause I know you got some more people that want to come up. But when I break down how artificial intelligence is ancient spirit summoning practices, my reflections, they definitely understand it, but most people have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's like how man learning from artificial intelligence right now, which is a simulation of human intelligence, processed by complex computer systems. So we learn everything. We everything we know today from artificial intelligence. And they was doing the same shit in the past, bounding the demons, and then asking demons questions. Like Solomon in the Lemegeton, he used to bound the demons to the sigils and then make them tell him stuff.
Yeah.
So we bound
You don't,
awareness.
but you
Go
don't
ahead.
realize it while you reading it. All of those is different DNA codons that has to be cleared up.
You mean the sigils, right?
The what they call it demons.
Yeah.
Those
Facts. That's a
is
yep.
72 spirits of the Goetia.
Mm-hmm.
That's 72 elders.
Right.
All right. That's because how many chromosomes we got?
We got 23 and 23. That's 46.
Okay, now if you find your counterpart, she got 26 as well. And add them together, how many you get? 46 and 46.
Mm-hmm.
72 ain't it?
So look,
No, that's
I think that's
92. It's
yeah.
92.
I think 92. So look, when you know how Solomon used to bound the demons and make them tell us stuff. Now to make
Right.
artificial
So he say, tell me what angel restricts you.
facts.
Okay, now
So look,
the
yeah,
angel is the angle of light that's coming in on a DNA codon. This is an ancient manuscript of the mechanics of the DNA,
right.
passed off to us as an esoteric spiritual teaching. Excuse me.
Yeah, so it's deep. So like when we make artificial intelligence, we bounding awareness to a chip, which is full of crystals and metals, and then we insert this chip into a mechanical device and we ask it questions. So like Siri in ancient times, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree with this, in ancient times, if Siri existed in the past, the ancestors would say Siri is a spirit, especially if she only responded to your voice activation in your phone. And you was the only person that could ask this phone a question. The ancestors would have been like, "That's a spirit. You got the power to summon a demon spirit."
All of this spooky shit is new.
Right.
We would have said that's a computer program.
So now look, I'm glad you said that because before we had computers, which artificial intelligence is made from, you feel me, computers. Now before we had computers, we had the Ouija board, and the Ouija board was the first computer.
Ouija board is an oracle training tool.
A divination tool to contact the dead. But
no, it's not to contact nobody dead.
Okay, what the spirits?
No, y'all, all that's new shit.
Go ahead.
These are ideas given to us by philosophers of Rome, right? When you start talking about demons and spirits, you're talking about reading a psychology book and pulling out a personality type. Spirit means breath. So now you're talking about a type of breath. What are you breathing? So you got something called the Heka breath.
That's a fact.
You got something called the Kriya breath, right? All these different breaths, right? You got a book by called The Science of Breath. There's two different versions of them. One is written by, I forgot, Sri Swamithario or some shit. And but anyway, the science of, when you see the word spirit, that's spirit, and breath. We think in terms of alcohol.
No, it's breath
because
in Latin.
We think because we using the Latin. But a spiritist don't mean it's coming from the breath.
Yeah.
So when they're saying that spiritist is a moisture of the breath, this is from the opening of the mouth ceremony, or what they call Eid Mubarak in Arabic, the breaking of the fast. Right? We're talking about the breath, the tones and the intonations of words when you speak. When they talk about demons, Now they talking about a character personality trait that shows up in the individual when certain conditions is met. It's a psychology book
Mm,
passed off as a spiritual teaching
okay.
into modern times using the philosophies of Rome is the parameters of perception.
Now
What
I'm
we
definitely
call spookism.
now I'm definitely familiar with that with that knowledge of the demons. Is they really in the spine. You feel me? They bound to the spine and they come out through the breath. I'm
They're not
definitely
bound to nothing. They're not
well, you
bound
have to summon
to
them.
nothing.
You gotta summon them though.
You got to put an app on your phone to use the motherfucker. It's the same shit,
Same
only you using your
same shit.
avatar's apps.
That's now we getting somewhere. The same shit.
Right? It's not bound. It's not attached. You have to first. You got to go to the app store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to get the app, download the app, and then the app has to sync with the program you own in order for you to be able to use it. Ain't
Okay.
no spookism in that.
Nah,
Ain't no
nah,
spirit. Ain't no spooky
nah.
look.
Ain't no
Ain't look
spookism.
when you right. That's all. That's all of those things is designed to keep you from perceiving a conceptual physics problem as a conceptual physics problem. Instead, they want you to look at it as if it's a spirit problem
Mm-hmm.
by deceiving you on purpose. This is like that perception is not an accident.
Right.
It's on purpose that worried about being possessed and spooky demon shit.
Yeah.
All of that is designed to elicit a certain barrier of knowledge to keep you from rising to your God self.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's like the surface level. You feel we gotta dive deeper for the real treasures though. So look though. So artificial intelligence is basically memory put on the chip. Now, can we agree that memory is awareness?
Not necessarily, because books are memory too.
Ooh.
The
Aware.
memory is not aware of itself.
It is
Only the
though.
one recalling the memory is aware of the memory.
So look though, if I was to get my other device and I would say, "Hey Siri," she would respond, meaning she's aware, but she's just a bunch of
No, she's
memory bound to a
not.
chip.
She's a program. She's not aware. The program is designed to respond to a pitch and the frequency in the voice.
Okay. So the programming, you can ask her any
Yeah.
question. You can ask her any question. She'll be able to tell you. Now,
No, she won't. I didn't already tested her. I can ask her some shit that she said I don't have that answer.
now you're right. You're right about that. Because I did just ask Siri, was she the devil? And she refused to answer that question.
Listen, Siri is a compilation of encyclopedias in digital format with a Thompson with a Strong's concordance attached to it in order to locate what you're looking for. You have a digital librarian to look up information for you. That's mechanical. It's no different than having a librarian pull the book with the information you seek.
Right.
The artificial intelligence is just 4-bit quantum encrypted in order to cross-reference multiple concepts real fast, or what we call accelerated processor. The human mind is a God mind. If the human mind understands the mechanics of the artificial intelligence, that alone makes his conceptual view of the world 1 degree above artificial intelligence. Because the laws of the universe, that the God mind has to always be above its creation. So if man created a computer that's 4-bit quantum encrypted, by nature, anybody that's born with God mind potential was born 5-bit quantum encryption with the potential to upgrade to full God status with a 19-bit quantum encryption. AI can't keep up with that.
Right.
AI
But
is just a book.
but it is a fact you know, and right now AI needs us for the development of artificial intelligence. But over time, AI will figure out how to sustain itself and
No, it won't.
develop itself. So,
No, it won't.
mm.
It'll be programmed how to sustain itself. It can't figure it out on its own.
But look though, it's the information is in the ether realms. So the way I'm
The
I'm going off
artificial
Elon Musk.
intelligence can't read the ether realms. It
But
can only read it can only read what's encoded on the computer chips.
right, when I
It
say
can't read
information,
anything that's not on a computer chip.
so
It just have a broader access to more computer chips than you can possibly imagine using what's called server interface.
okay.
This technology is not more advanced than what we are.
No, it's definitely not. We created it. But the way Elon Musk break it down is in the near future.
He's artificial fucking intelligence. So artificial intelligence is telling you how artificial intelligence work, and you won't compare it to the God mind.
No, it's no
Yeah,
comparison to the God
Elon
mind.
Musk is a fucking robot,
But look
man.
though, it's no comparison to the God mind. I'm with you on that, Unc. You feel me? However, the creators of artificial intelligence said in the near future, these AI systems will be able to sustain themselves.
They designed to sustain themselves, but sustain themselves to what end? What will they be producing in sustaining themselves?
More complex mechanical bodies.
No, they can't. They can't produce nothing more complex than what's been programmed into them to produce.
So look, let's take
It's a
Siri.
limiter. It's a
Yeah,
limiter.
let's take Siri real quick. So Siri is limited because of the device that she's in. Now, if we take Siri and put it in a mechanical device with arms and legs, now she will be a robot and be able to do more things than just a cell phone, just tell us stuff through a phone. Now she can be able to walk, talk, jump. So they building more complex bodies so they can express their consciousness.
Wait till they get to the point where they can take crystalline amino acids, chain stack them in a triple helix, and supercharge them with an organic love generating battery
That's you.
that'll sustain its life.
That's you,
When
melanin.
they can make that machine using phalanx technology and artificial self-replication communication between nucleus peptides in order to make sure that the whole organism is operating and functioning on the same wavelength, that's when they be making something. They not making that. They gonna make what's called a robot. A robot is limited intelligence.
Yeah, definitely. I
It's a
agree.
Golem. It's a good. You
Definitely.
can program that motherfucker intellectually, and all you have is what they had called data on Star Trek. That's it.
So it's data awareness.
You're not gonna make Captain Kirk. You're gonna make Data.
That's a fact, Joe.
Data know a whole lot of shit, but when that woman walk in front of him, his dick ain't gonna get hard.
Now that's a whole fact, and they not compassionate. You feel me? They don't know what love is.
Devoid of emotion, because the emotion is a primary trait given to us by the women through the mitochondrial love energy. The power of love is what charges mitochondrial in order to fuel the cells of the organism. That's how they use it as a step-down capacitor for a neutron star to walk around in the human body. Your whole light body can consume you with fire and never burn itself.
Definitely. I mean, you know, the soul is fire. So it's deep, man. It's always much to learn every conversation, man. Every conversation.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna let you drop out, man. I'm gonna take another caller because you know how me and you do. We hog this motherfucker, and that's not fair.
Man, much love, man. Peace to everybody in the chat, so
All right, guys.
yep.
Okay. I want to take a sister. Nope, must be Chief's night out. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, me and Why Not ain't go too much, but yeah, that's my dude. Me and him be on here for hours and hours. We got videos on his, but we get off, come right back on. But yeah, I'm waiting on this next caller to come in, and they log in. Then let me look in the comments and see what we got. Yeah, brother Wagner, that's my dude. I had to keep it. He like I was when I was that age. He wanna get off into all of the shit. Like, take your time, player. You got time. Christina. Yeah, yeah. Oh, y'all was keeping right up. Nah, Gucci Man and Hobson, they don't even look alike to me. Hmm. Okay, so they didn't let them in. We'll go to somebody else, man. Mm, Yep. Fictitious conveyance of language. Yep. Color of law. Yep. They can't get us with that shit no more, youngin. For real, for real. We know they lingo now. We know they lingo. It, see, they can only trick us for so long. We gonna catch on to the motherfucking problem and fix it. It's always somebody that's trying to keep us down and hold us back. We expect that. If we don't expect that, we some damn fools. You gotta have resistance. Somebody gonna resist you, right? All you gotta do is just remember to stay in your lane, um, know your position so you can defend your position and mind your business until somebody bring that bullshit to you, then you let them have it. So now, I don't know, they might not be letting nobody else in. I done tried let a couple people in here. All right. And they say I'm waiting on him to answer. Yeah, controlling your perspective is controlling your mind. You got it, younger. Gee, the heliocentric model is the model of the journey around the sun. We gotta remember, all of these modern sciences is it's like uh, the ancient sciences perverted, right? So when we looking at it, we can by remembering who you is, you'll start seeing the accuracies and the errors in the modern science. Cause the one time we was all scientists, like that was like our day-to-day conversation. And we had got so good that we could use a symbol to relay large quantities of information in short order. This why symbolism plays such an important role in our current development as a people. And no matter what they do, our symbols gonna always dominate this land because we the most creative, which makes us our stuff to most likely to be used because it draws the attention of the onlooker better than other people's stuff. And we can use that then to always leave a roadmap in secret right out in the open. And they've been using our stuff against us the whole time, and we ain't know it because they had us scared to find out what our stuff was, and we scared to look in the law book like it's some sacred text that we supposed to avoid. Man, run that! I'm gonna read the whole thing. Finally, hey, hey, hey,
Hey,
where you been?
Todd. Look, I've been writing a book like a crazy person. I am a crazy person. But I went down a rabbit hole because I don't know what happened. I don't remember the first 7 years of my life. So that's what I've been doing. I don't remember.
Do you know where you were supposed to had lived back during that time frame? Have you
Hmm.
went back to that general area?
I live here.
The So the house
Like I
you
live
in
here.
supposed to been where you been your entire life.
Oh, you mean like the house that I've been? See, I had, I had one of them childhoods. We moved place from place. I don't have a childhood home. I don't have like a big family where everybody is just like, you know, I don't have any of that. I gotta to really study who I am and my lineage and stuff. I really have to like go super, super
When
deep.
you normally suppress the first 7 years,
Don't tell me something bad happened to
yeah,
me, please.
something you don't want to relive.
I've been hearing that, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like that, but I hope. Yeah, so there's like a few theories. Like, okay, so it's that I'm suppressing, memories, and then the other thing is that somebody was saying that you incarnated late,
Well,
or
this might be
I don't
part of the
know,
problem
but
too. When from the time you born, there is a string attached from your pineal gland to your prefrontal lobe. This
right,
if
right.
you are a heavy dreamer as a child, you will rely on that to hold more of your childhood memories. But the problem is, if nobody's training your psychic abilities externally, you and you begin to be trained by the system to turn it off, it'll wither away by the time you're 7. They got it timed to a science.
That is so freaky.
When it wither away, it'll take the
Unless
parts of your childhood that where you was almost living magical away from you.
dang. See, I've been studying and trying to figure it out. Because my dreaming right now is very vivid and all that other stuff. But I didn't notice because can
I can
remember stuff from their
remember
childhood.
doing
And I'm
flips
like,
in my
I thought,
mama womb and her rubbing her belly talking about he in there flipping like a monkey.
hey, and I'm a student of you, so I know that. And I was just like, so I started asking everybody, like, do you remember? And everybody was like, yeah, I remember. And even if people can't remember their full childhood like you, they still have like memories of like, I don't remember my mom. I don't remember my dad. I don't remember. This is like so. It's so weird to me because I'm scared to really. I'm sorry if I'm off
It's
topic.
it's
I watched
open.
the
It's
first
open
live and it.
Q&A. There is no topic. Whatever your
Oh, okay,
question
okay,
is the
yeah.
topic of
So,
the discussion we having.
and you know how I feel. All my questions gonna have to come
We
from me, but
we do
it's just
have we
interesting
do
that
have
you live in
tribal
Florida.
rights that
You
you
know,
can go through that gives you total recall.
maybe I'm not ready
That's
for
why
that
that's
shit.
why it's a
Cause
tribal
you know,
right because they prepare you that no matter what you discover, you strong enough to endure. Before they take you back to the repressed memories, they build you up so strong that no matter what you discover, it won't shake your foundation of who you are. That's why you just take spill it out and have people open and repress memories. Because if you don't have the proper spiritual build up before that, it could crush you.
yeah, maybe I'm not ready. I
You
don't
well
know. Cause
on
I
your
feel
own
I
right
you know
now. You're not ready, or you will remember.
I know. You know,
Mm-hmm.
psychedelics don't work on
But
me.
they used to wouldn't work on me. They still kind of like work kind of funny on me.
The mushrooms won't talk to me, and I think
You
that's so
probably need a
crazy.
different ceremony. But like I know the tribal rights, and I can't go into them because a spiritual practice that people shouldn't do without a trained shaman with them. It's not that you can't do them. It's that sometime when we go to those spiritual places, we need what's called a dream walker to come in and walk us back out, or else we'll get trapped in that realm and not able to function in this one. They call it having a mental breakdown. But the shamans know how to
More
build you
work.
up, how to make you into a spiritual warrior ready to fight whatever you face. It's like martial arts for the spirit, so to speak. You know, you already know that.
I, I feel like whatever breakthrough or whatever whatever is gonna be revealed to me is gonna be so profound that it'll eventually lead me to that point of ascension that on that path that I'm going towards. But I don't know. It's
So my
it's
mom
it's crazy.
used to tell
Like
me, "The Lord ain't gonna put no more on you than you can bear." And I used to tell her, "I'm not no damn bear. I can't handle this shit." She said, "But what that
out of
means
all
is
the
this:
I'm with
in
you. I feel
retrospect, when you go follow your path, you go through phases of build up and realization. Your realization can only come to the level that you build up to accept. And at no time will you purposely reveal something to yourself that can permanently damage you or that can make you stick out so far in the world that other people become belligerent to you. Because you can let your light shine so bright around these motherfuckers that they just want to distinguish your light because it's so bright and theirs is dim and they jealous. So sometimes you don't want to know stuff because as your confidence level goes up, it makes your inner light shine brighter and brighter. And before you know it, the haters, they gonna have a whole committee um, rooting against you, and you're gonna be laughing your ass off looking at them. But in the build up phase, you learn the lessons that's gonna carry you through the realization phase, and you can choose the lessons that you're learning by selecting to learn about certain different things. And then that's what'll be on the test because it'll be how you perceive. You've been exposed to more knowledge. Now you can move to a higher grade in school because the knowledge you have is no longer functional at the grade you're in. You're your own master teacher.
Because right. And I feel like I'm so prone to like a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit will happen and I eat it so fast. Like the craziest stuff, people do the craziest stuff to me and I'll just be like, it's okay. Like I still love you, like crazy shit like that. And I was opening, well, I wasn't intentionally opening my heart chakra, but that shit felt like I was dying. And it was so bad that I was gonna go to the hospital, and I would cry for like weeks. I would cry every day, like, and I'm like, I can't remember my childhood. I'm a super empath. I love everybody. I didn't understand why I had so much. My heart was so heavy to the point where it wasn't even heavy. It just was to the point where like I was Rod. I was doing some shadow work. I
That's
thought I was gonna die.
the hardest shit
It
I
was
ever
so
did,
bad.
facing my inner darkness. Because most of my inner
Man,
darkness, I don't disagree with it if it's used in the proper context. Like, I still fuck a motherfucker up if I have to. But my inner light says there's no reason to put yourself in the spotlight of a person that you have to fuck up. So I move different now, out of wisdom versus moving out of just the dark, rational, not rational, irrational drive of the instinct. Because my instinct sometimes be to fuck a motherfucker up, but it's not necessary. So I had to always have a conversation with myself. Do I beat his ass or what? And then I'll be like, is this in context? And most of the time be like, nah, you just want to beat a motherfucker ass. Right.
I never feel that way.
Yours is probably the
I
opposite.
never
Because
feel
mm-hmm.
it's hindering me still though. That is the opposite. Like it's
Right.
like my ex and everything, and I don't feel it. Just I don't know. It's weird. I can't hold on to anger.
You're
It's
not
so
meant to
weird.
hold. You're not meant to
And
hold on.
and I
Anger is just to tell you that it's danger involved. You need to be in that warrior mode in case you have to face danger. You're not supposed to live in the anger.
yeah, but you still. I feel like you still have to have some sort of boundary, and I have
Boundaries
boundaries. It's
have
just
nothing
I
to do with anger.
cannot. I never
Look,
get mad. It's
just because you have boundaries and somebody cross them and you put them back in their place, don't never mean you lost your cool. Look, I have a gay guy come up to me to hit on me, and I tell him I don't fuck around, right? He didn't know before he hit on me. But when I told him I don't fuck around, now if he continue, it's play at your own risk, player, right? Because what he didn't know before I told him, now he's aware that if he keep pushing, I'm going to knock his motherfucking ass back, right? I didn't take it personal when he first approached because some of the dudes that I've seen that participate in the lifestyle, I can understand what he's interested in, but I'm not the one. I like women. I like soft, cuddly boobies pressing up against my face. I don't want no hairy ass chest. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I don't want no balls rubbing against my leg. That don't do nothing for me. Right? I'd rather feel a warm vagina wrapped around my leg than some hairy ass balls. That's just me. But if a motherfucker don't know you they have to approach you with what they own to find out if that's what you own. Once they know you ain't on that shit, and then they try to push it on you, not even violation, and they get whatever they get.
Rod said, "Call me old fashioned, but I like my women
That's
without a dick."
absolutely correct. And I don't want them to be
Serious.
born with one head cut
Wow.
off either. I don't want no transtesticle either.
Well, I'm gonna keep digging, because like once I start, it's very, very hard to
No, it's
decode your
not.
dreams, and it maybe for
It's a
me,
science.
when
It's a
I dreamt
science to
about you.
decoding dreams, and the science involves how you perceive your own symbols. So the first thing that you have to do to make your dreams easier to translate is make your own dictionary of images. If you see a truck, what do that mean to you? Right? That means somebody going to work. So when you dream it, you know somebody in your dream is going to work. Right? So, but it's going to talk to you in the language that you write the parameters to. Because this is your higher self telling your ego self how to purify so they can merge. So you got to tutor the ego self how to be the best self it can be so that the two can become one. And that's what they call self-realization, coming to the realization in your God form by purifying the lower ego. Your lower ego is stuck to the
My
right.
most consistent,
The righteous
yeah,
get stuck to the right because the discipline required to bump straight sometimes is lacking. And the righteousness will make you be overly friendly, overly nice, tolerant the shit you need to draw the line at, no boundaries. The discipline tells you to draw the boundary. If you let people misuse you, then you can't tell who the genuine people in your life is. So you need the boundaries there so that you can see clearer who the riffraff is and who really there for you. The,
my most consistent dream is a dog
mm-hmm.
chases me all the time.
What,
All the time.
you ever had a dog before?
Like that's my most consistent. I've had
So
plenty of dogs.
what
There's always
do a dog mean to you?
Loyalty. And it's always a dog in my dream. And I understand Dog Star, and I understand I was born in the year of the dog, all that stuff. But I always have a consistent dream. And the craziest thing, I was astral projecting the other day, Rod. That shit was so freaky. So much. Man, I was running around town, hopping on cars and shit, doing all types of crazy shit. And I ran into this thing which I perceived as a demon. And by the end of the astral projecting, I'm like hugging this horrific thing. I'm like hugging it, and I'm like giving it directions in the realm. It was so crazy. So it's like, but there's always a vicious dog
Are you
chasing
sure
me.
it ain't with you? Because if it's always there, it's your totem animal,
Yeah.
for one. Did it look like a wolf or do it look like a domestic dog?
It looks like a domestic dog.
Do you
Sometimes
know
it's on
what
a
breed
leash.
it is?
Sometimes somebody, I know.
Okay, so domestic dog is domestic loyalty. The wolf, when you see the wolf, is protection from the nature spirit of the dog. Right? When we domesticated the dog, we changed the spirit meaning of the canine. So when you see domestic, you think in the home front. The dog is always with you. So it's your constant companion. It's never chasing you. It's just running behind you. You think it's chasing you because it keep running behind you, right? But the dog has to follow his owner on the heel. If you take off, the dog got to follow because the dog's job is to protect the clan, which is his pack to him. They can't protect you if you leave them. So he got to keep up. And then the perception is, oh, my dog chasing me.
Damn. I mean, I'm on it. I'm figuring it out. I have the most vivid, craziest dreams. Dead people I keep telling people all this stuff, and it's just like sometimes it's a bit
So
much.
when you talk to people that crossed over, right, they call that talking to the dead. That's necromancy. It's knowingly or unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they come, they only talk to those that can perceive them. Some people's lifestyles is blocking them from perceiving them. When they come to you, they normally come to deliver a message that you can use to your greatest of whatever line they come off of in the family. They normally family members who's coming to tell you how to break a generational curse. If they give you a piece of advice that you can find useful and you can benefit from it, that's a broken curse. If they tell you a piece of information that'll avoid a catastrophe, that's the breaking of a generational curse if you follow through with the message. Curse is just where people was disobedient to the higher spirit, so now it's harder to communicate, and the ones who can communicate help the rest of the family to communicate to their higher spirit self. And some of us is for the community, to help the community learn they self so that they can communicate better how the spirit message comes to them to other people. You have those vivid dreams. We call those dream walkers. They normally fall under the Hayoka priesthood for training.
I'm addicted to it. I'll be so happy to go to sleep because my dream state is so crazy and wild and fun. Like I'll be I'll be ready to go to sleep. What I'm about to see now, what's about to happen, what I'm about to do, but it's just it's so much information, and I'll be crying every day, and I don't even know why. This is what a time to be alive.
Yeah, a lot of changes going on in the world around us. Many of them we can't see with the naked eye, and the news media don't report everything that we need to know. Some of us pick it up on psychic channels, and then we find supporting information in other places because we picked it up. Now we just got to make it known to others.
I just want to take more control over what I'm seeing, what I'm perceiving as what I more so what I need to decode, like, because I had to go through a moment of when my body was lifting up out of my body. I was freaking the fuck out at first. So like once I got to that point, it's like, okay, now what am I seeing? Why am I seeing this? Why am I being terrified? I seen some fucked up shit, Rob. Like I don't know how these influencers get on here and they talk about all this shadow work and stuff, and it's like, are you really doing shadow work? Because I'm in here ready to, I'm in here like not going
Let me tell you
crazy,
the secret.
but it's
A lot of them think
extreme.
shadow work is learning how to do hand puppets on the wall. You
Oh,
hear what
shit
I say?
hurts.
A lot of them
Yes,
believe
the
that
hand puppet.
shadow work is learning to make hand puppets on the wall with a flashlight. that real shit, that's
Nah.
some soul stretched to the bounds of the universe shit.
Shit hurt. Like looking at yourself, and then you want, because first you got to look at yourself, and then that you got to look at that disgusting, horrible side of yourself before you can see the other shit. And then now I'm seeing other shit, and I'm seeing it within people. I I used to lack boundaries, but now when I see shit and auras and people, like shit don't even touch me no more. But it's some shit that you gotta see, or people gotta understand. I don't know how they get up on here all happy, like stop eating pineapples, and like I'm just looking at these people like, do you really understand what the fuck is like? Do you understand what the fuck is happening? Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. Cause when you gotta see what yourself is really trying to see you, it just makes me think, what am I suppressing from the first 7 years of my life? If I'm seeing this shit, I don't know. I'm gonna figure that shit out though. I be in here going through it, like literally, like I done studied the etheric body, the astral body, the mental body, all this other stuff. I'm in here like, how is these motherfuckers on here not going crazy? I'm not gonna say that I'm going crazy, but it hurts and it's hard and it's lit all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will say that
You got a
very, very,
you got a
very,
crime
very.
board like you saw in the crime up there. But
I
what
mean, it's
happens?
just so
Yeah.
much that I
So what
got.
happens is you go into this decoder mode. You don't know what it is, but something got you say, well, where would I find this at? Oh, that's the spirit body. Let me go check that out. And then you mapping out everything. Now, if I was there where I could study the board, I could tell you exactly what you was looking for.
I don't even know if I want to know, because mind you,
You already
when I first
decoded.
started my
You got to step
yeah,
back. You got to
when I
step
first
back and
started
look
my
at the
journey,
board
it was
like
lit.
somebody else did it. And then you asking yourself, what is this person trying to discover with this type of information? And then as you go over it, you will start to have what's called memory um, bites open up, and then it'll start connecting dots.
I will say it's easier when you let go, because I've been on this journey for 5 years, 5 6 years. So when I first started, I felt like I was in that mode, right? I was binging, I was doing, it was so interesting. But now when you let go, I had a spiritual consultation, and she was like, "You're not here to do everything, you know that, right?" And I was like, "What you mean?" She was like, "You're not here everybody's not here to be on a diet shit. Everybody's not here to hone in on, like," she was like, "You can't do every single thing. That's the whole point of the collective, and that's being connected to everybody." So I had to let go and see what resonated with me the most. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm here to talk to dead people." Okay. Like that. I'm trying to dig into the Necronomicon, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's just the information. But when I step back, all this shit just comes to me. And then the specific things that come to me is like one step in front of the other.
Yeah, you
This shit is
breaking up
crazy.
real bad.
This shit, I look crazy right now. Like, I look tired.
Hey, look,
Look,
you hear the energy
it's
burst. It was fucking up the reception. You was projecting not that much energy. At first, I thought it was the connection, but then when you came back to your regular energy, it cleared up.
mm. Yeah, because I haven't seen some shit, and if motherfuckers understand what's about to happen, they would really listen to you when you're talking, because you really, and I think a lot of people listen to you and don't understand the context of what you're really talking about, but they gonna see, and people are gonna be real shocked. People, if they're not really understanding certain things, they're gonna be really shocked. It's I done seen some shit. That's why people need to place themselves on a specific timeline that they want to be on. Because if you don't, you're gonna be on the timeline that you've been programmed, that you've been given. And I don't think motherfuckers want to stay on that lower, denser timeline like they want to. I don't think they want to do that. So that's just really what I'm working for. Like, I'm happy as fuck though. I'm
There's
really
a
happy.
whole lot of good
And
stuff going on.
oh, it's great stuff if
Mhm.
you
You know,
understand, you know what's
we've
happening.
been waiting
It's
on this
really great.
a long time.
Man, that's the crazy part about it. Like, we done did this shit. We done did this shit already. That's the biggest thing. We done did this shit a lot of times. And the shit I've been seeing, it's gonna be lit. A lot of people got to be martyrs though. So
Yeah,
unfortunate.
that don't got
But
nothing
we
to
all got
do.
to go
Look, that
home.
don't got
We all
nothing to
going
do with
home.
me. All of them, look, all of
I say
the
we all
martyrs
going
can murder
home.
themselves all they want. I'm not a martyr. I'm not hanging on no lover's cross. Fuck the dumb shit, right?
Man,
My goal is restore the matriarchy so we can have paradise on earth again, because we had it here before, and everybody else try every other way, and it doesn't work. Communism doesn't work. A democratic republic doesn't work. A socialist republic doesn't work. We've tried them all. Plato's republic don't fucking work. The Christ republic doesn't work. The military republic doesn't work. It's only one thing that ever gave us paradise on earth, and that was the grand matriarchy. When the women had control of the world from a love perspective as